Hey guys, this is Jeremy, and I'm here with Mehran Dadba, and he has a YouTube channel called Mind That Seeks Truth. And on that channel, he talks about the mind, the psyche, relationships, and how to cope with getting over a breakup, or how to uh, basically find peace. I'll let him introduce himself.
So, is it my cue to talk?
Yes, it is your turn.
Well, thank you very much, Jeremy, for inviting me to your YouTube channel. Yes, my name is Mehran. My last name is Dadbe. I have a YouTube channel called Mind That Seeks Truth. On this channel, at the moment, we have over 1,600 videos, topics discussing thoughts, where thoughts come from, what is consciousness, how does consciousness come about, what is the relationship between the two, what about fear and the role of fear in the way we negotiate our daily lives. We talk about desire and pleasure and the steps, prerequisite steps takes for desire to be born, how to stop desire, what is the role of ego, and is any of them the big boss here, or what is the role of them all in the way we negotiate and act and interact with others and with the events of our lives. And then we use that knowledge, we further on to mechanical process, order, material process, and then we try to learn about our psyche as much as we can so we can use that information in order to help ourselves to see our situation in many different facets of life, especially breakups, divorces, emotional hardships, and to be able to move on and go after bigger and better things. So, if that wasn't enough, we have about 500 live talks, which in each one of them there's about maybe, I don't know, 10 or 20 questions. So, collectively, we have over 12,000, about 12,000 questions that we have discussed on this channel. So pretty much anything you can think of under the sun, after you break up, we have a video on it. All you have to do, guys, just go on my site, click on the search engine, and put in the word that explains how you feel. Then there's bound to be a video. Now, I went to school where Jeremy is living. I went to school in Lewis and Clark, capital. What is it? I think it's what I forgot the hill that it's not Capitol Hill. It's some kind of hill, Lake Oswego.
Oh, like
Anyhow,
okay.
Lake Oswego. That's right. Where are you exactly,
Uh, in
Jeremy?
in Gresham, it's right next to Portland.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gresham,
yeah,
Mount Hood. Mount Hood Community College is close by there. No,
yeah. It's right, just right down the road here. Yeah, on Stark.
I went there for one term. I loved it. It's such a beautiful school and such a great teacher I had. It was literature, English, and she was amazing. And it was just a great experience. Yeah, the whole area. Mm.
Great. Yeah, it is. It is a nice. It's a pretty nice place.
Yes,
It's great.
it-
So I know that you talk a lot about relationships a lot. Like that's your big. That's the big topic, and you talk just like you were explaining how the ego and the psyche is all played in, and it's how it's all connected. But I was wondering, you do also talk about things like meditation, connecting to nature, and the connection between nature itself and the energy and how we can incorporate that into our lives to find peace and uh, deal with the stress that comes up, anxieties, overthinking, um, topics like that. I don't know if you'd like to go into more detail on that.
Sure. Whatever you like. If you give me a specific question, because this whole topic is a huge topic, we can never finish, pretty
Right.
much never finish talking about it. Even though we have 1,600 videos on the channel, I still have many other ways of trying to tackle and describe it and explore it. So if there's any specific
Okay.
corner of it, and I have spoken about this connection with the nature and energy and mind and body coordination and our role in this universe and our connection with the universe itself, nature itself, in detail. in my book, if I can plug my book here, Jeremy, it's called Me, My Psyche, and I. One of my books called Me, My Psyche, and I, which is, you can find it on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. And you can read a sample chapter and also the table of contents of the books that I have there. And in one chapter of it, a few chapters, from chapter 32 to 40 something, mind and body coordination, meditation, and all these are there. So, but specifically, by all means, just shoot and I'll try to see if I can hit the target.
Okay. So, what would you recommend to someone who is going through kind of just overthinking, and the overthinking is causing them to be stressed out? And what about how would you explain the connection between um, getting, releasing that stress and coping with the stress through the connection with nature?
Well, you just threw a curveball at the end because they're two separate things.
Okay.
Connecting with nature is amazing process by itself, but before we would be able to enjoy the full connection, we need to get rid of the transient thoughts, which are part of the overthinking. Overthinking is similar to, say, OCD thinking. As you know, I have a video on my channel that says OCD thinking and how to stop OCD thinking. Then I have another video called Negative Thoughts. These two videos clearly explains nitty-gritties of what you're talking about. And on top of that, just day before yesterday, I wrote a short article about maybe a page or two about this whole negative and annoying thoughts that comes to mind. Is that what you have in mind? Are you talking about what I'm trying to address?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much along the lines of it, just overthinking and just getting stressed out from just, anxiety and different energy.
All right, let's have a example. For example, it's not necessarily you or somebody else, but let's say somebody is having a loop in their thoughts. Like something happens that they keep thinking about it. It could be about anything. It could be about a girl. It could be about a guy. It could be about an event. It could be about their sexuality. It could be about questioning their sexuality. It could be about anything that keeps looping in their head, and to them it's an unwanted, uninvited thought that is annoying to them. Is that the sort of thing that we're talking about?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
So for us, the reason that we keep looking for allowing this loop to take place is because you simply think and believe that suggestion, that thought, that idea that has appeared in your head has any credibility. Somehow you have been sold the bill that whatever that shows up in your brain is actually factual. It's truth. It comes from a certain kind of a source. Are stupid. Thoughts are not intelligent. Thoughts are simply a form of refuse of the material process of the brain function. You see, we biological beings, we take food and we turn it into energy. Then we got to get rid of the part that it didn't turn into something. That's why we go to the bathroom and we do our business and we get rid of. That's a refuse of a biological function. Brain also is a mechanical production, mechanical process in the brain, which is a material process. And through that functioning creates lots of activities. And many of those activities are thoughts that were not actually meant to be produced by us, but they're produced. Over 70,000 thoughts are produced per day. And you think every one of them has any purpose or any credibility of any kind. No, they're the refuse because the brain has been busy doing what it does. Just like the body turns the food into energy and to do what it wants to do, what it needs to be doing, and the rest of it has to be, you know, got rid of. The brain has the same kind of a thing, and many of those are those transient thoughts, looping thoughts. Unfortunately, most people don't know that. They think, oh, because it appears in my head, and this is my head, and my head belongs to me, I have credibility, my head has credibility, therefore, whatever appears in it must have credibility, must be law, must be true. It's not. Because our brain is similar to a television set, which has the capability of receiving all kinds of wavelengths from all stations all around the world. And if you turn your TV on and you see a band playing, is that your TV that produced that band? No, it's just receiving that program. If you open to another channel and they're discussing or there's a movie going on, are you the producer of that movie? Your TV is not. It just has the capability of receiving that because it's out there in the airwaves. Now, our brain is the same. There are all kinds of thoughts and suggestions floating around the universe, the collective consciousness of the universe. And we have the capability of absorbing and turning these into pictorials through thoughts. And it appears into our screen, our brain screen, let's so speak. So from all these things that we have accumulated through our life in our consciousness, from the books we read, movies we saw, the teachers we had, traditions and customs and people we've been interacting with and experiences we've had, somehow that information got into be part of our consciousness. That's our library. And our thoughts going through creating for like crazy different kinds of thoughts during the day, thousands and thousands of them, may seem to be that, oh, actually it is us who creating it. No, we're not creating it. It just to be that. And we're not supposed to buy into it and believe into it. If we don't believe it and understand that thoughts are just that, thoughts, they're not intelligence, they're not credible, they're not necessarily have any kind of a reliable source, or we had anything to do with the presence in our head or the images that we see, then we don't give a damn about them. We don't care. We let them loop.